It's time for Track Talk on News Talk 1240 WHBU and the new 103.7 FM and on Muncie's Sports Station, 102.9 FM and 1340 AM. Here's Rick and Gary with Anderson Speedway's Track Talk.
Good evening. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong, and James A. Mojette is in the studio this evening. Known as Mo. We are at the Mounds Mall Special Events Studio. This is currently Tuesday, January the 12th.
Our coldest day of the season so far.
Really?
Here, yes.
That's
what they said. Yes.
4 degrees.
So if you're listening to us in a warm climate, feel sorry for us, please.
It'll get better.
It will.
It's supposed to warm up.
May.
It's bad when it looks like it's going to be 40 degrees and you think that's warm.
Yeah.
That's where we're sick.
Between that and the snow we had today, it's been kind of a crazy day.
It has. We made it. Everybody's safe.
Yep.
If you're out driving, be safe. Take your time. It's all. You just take a little time.
Yes.
Did you notice that the roads here in town weren't near as good as they were last year when we had the snow? I don't know if it's just it's the first one, everybody getting back in the swing of it, but we had a lot of ice underneath that rain we got Saturday, and it never got treated well, and now we had a mess today.
It's hard to believe it is January 12th. We're saying our first snow of the season. When we're usually, we're halfway through and have our first one. I'm tickled to death.
If we could go through a whole winter without snow, it wouldn't bother me.
Either.
We live on a hill, and
you live on a mountain.
Not only do you have to go up the hill, but you have to make a sharp left to get in the garage up another hill, and when it's icy, it just doesn't happen.
You're right, it doesn't.
Go to the track this morning. Well, actually, last night I went to leave, and I was going to go ahead and drive the safety truck home because it's four-wheel drive. The battery was dead. It's been sitting in the garage since we quit racing. So I got in this morning, put the charger on that, went out to start the Ford, which got the snow blade on it, so I could plow the drives. It was dead. So then I go back, and I'm going to see if the safety truck will start, so I go out and jump it. Well, no, it's got a nail in the right front tire also, plus it still wouldn't start. But the old faithful 1976 wrecker fired right up and jumped the plow truck, got it plowed, got the safety truck started, took it down to Dave's, and our good friend and producer Wade plugged the hole, took the screw out of it, and we are ready to roll.
That's good.
You can drive in out of the Speedway now, just down the pit road and up by the office, but and I didn't tear it. Well, I did. I took a big hunk of sod out down by the gate. I didn't know it was there.
That's why I don't allow you to come over to my house and plow. I probably would have no yard left.
I'm lethal
with
the plow. You two substituted for me and went to a banquet Friday night.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Very nice.
It was a CRA banquet. They honored their 4 champions of their 4 divisions, plus the
Do you have something in your mouth?
No.
Oh, okay. Looks like it.
I'm cold.
Oh.
My cheeks are cold. Now I lost my train of thought. The 4 champions of the 4 divisions of CRA, plus the 2 champions of the at Indianapolis Raceway Park, the late model sportsman and the street stocks there too. So it was a good night. Long, like they are, which you like those kind of long banquets, don't you?
I didn't go.
I don't. No, but I'm just saying that to be funny.
It was after 11, wasn't it?
It was about 11 o'clock when it started.
It was in the Grand Ballroom at Union Station, which is a beautiful venue. They didn't have a band this year, but they had a game they played.
CRA Survivor. It was kind of. It was
Somebody
fun.
won $500.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think it's Jason Atkinson's wife.
Yep.
Yeah. Jason won.
He cleaned up.
Yeah, he won 2 of the divisions. He won the late model sportsman division and the street stock division, and then he turned around and his wife, when all of us got to play that game, some 300-plus people there, and she was the sole survivor, and she won $500. So the Atkinson family came out pretty good Friday night.
We've got at the Speedway, you can still get, and I guess I just read our own ad, so I know, February the 9th is the last date that you'll be able to buy advanced tickets. 10 packs for $80 and 20 packs for $150. It's a great bargain. Get out to the Speedway before February the 9th because that'll be the last day you'll be able to do it. We We were very busy out at the track. I've got some important meetings tomorrow. Amy's had a lot of sponsor meetings. We've got new sponsors coming on, and most everyone that she's talked to that has been supporting the track are still there, and some of them are even stepping up their program.
That's great to hear.
So the hard work is starting to pay off. Jessica has been extremely busy because I think either tomorrow, she'll have it ready either tomorrow or Thursday, the Payless Little 500 ticket orders will be in the mail.
Good
already.
Deal. 68th running.
So got seen a post today on Facebook. Cody Swanson's coming back to run the little 500 again. That's pretty cool.
Well, it's kind of encouraging talking to last week we talked to Jim Hanks, and they're going down. Is it South Carolina?
North,
one of the Carolinas, and race down there. And he said some of those drivers down there sound like they may be coming up our direction in May, which some of them are new, have never been in little 500. So that's encouraging that we may have even more entrants than what we've had in the past.
Read an article today on Yahoo, I think it was. They actually interviewed Tony Stewart and asked him what he was going to be doing after next year. He knows his last year in NASCAR. He's down at the Chili Bowl now. He's not racing this year, but he actually helps them prep the track.
Does he really?
And he's going to do a lot of dirt racing once he retires, but I got a notion that it's still on his bucket list.
He told you it was.
To run and win the little 500 sometime.
If he doesn't run himself, at least maybe he'll have a team out there that'll be running.
I'm pretty sure Tony's not going to want to be a spectator when he's at a racetrack unless it's his own.
You're right.
So, but speaking of the little 500, on the line with me now is a great friend, great supporter of racing, and a great supporter of Anderson Speedway. Is none other than Danny Ernstes with the UAW-GM. Danny, how you doing this evening, buddy?
Trying to stay warm.
Yeah, know the feeling. Hey,
I was just the dog. I just let it in, and I'm like, oh my God, it's cold out. So,
well, Danny, that we've worked together for several years, and the fruits of your labor is really paying off. It did last year, and this year even bigger. Tell us a little bit about the history of the UAW-GM and our project here with the Little 500 and what it means to your organization.
So UAW-GM is a joint partnership between the UAW, the union UAW, and General Motors as a company. So what UAW-GM does, it's a nationwide project, and it's made up of both labor and management. It promotes, of course, the brand, the Chevy brand, the GM brand that UAW members make. That's in the center of it. And from there, it reaches across to different communities, community events, charities, and it's achieved through motorsports, things around the brand. Motorsports is a big one. Also, the UAW-GM Center in Detroit, a lot of classroom for in the plant safety, things like that. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what it is. So.
And you got involved with Don and Mel Kenyon and Eric Bunn with USSA several years ago, and came to the track. And of course, you already knew about the little 500, and the ideas just started sprouting.
Well, one of the things we looked at was UAW's always had especially here in Indiana, is if you notice, I don't know so much today, but through the years, there's always been UAW plants throughout Indiana, Midwest, and there's always been short tracks like Anderson, Speed Rome, and probably Newcastle and around. It's always been the short tracks. And so one of the things is, one of our underlying things is the performance parts that are made by UAW members, by GM, by Ford, by Mopar, is those things seem to make their way onto the track. And so one of the things we talked about was trying to find a way or an avenue to where these things can go. And we got ourselves involved with Tony Hunt a few years ago. He was running an LS engine, GM LS engine, in the low 500, and that caught our eye. And so that's, of course, Tony's not racing that car right now, but that's kind of been some of the underlying tones. Is eventually, hopefully, there's some way to figure out how to put those GM-made racing performance parts into cars for the little 500 and short track racing. So.
Well, the thing that's impressed me, because the union and the management, for that matter, with General Motors in particular, has always been stereotyped, throughout the years for whatever reason, good things and bad things. But what I've realized in the last few years in working with you and working with the folks at UAW-GM is it is a true partnership now, the way we wish it would have been, for the last 50 years, but especially now, and it's actually working. And I think it's evident with the contract negotiations this past fall. I mean, everybody's working together for a common cause now, and I think that's very important to the success of the business and the members.
Well, you look at it like this, because you compete on a global basis now, and whether we like each other or not, we are partners in the business. And is that product that comes out is a reflection of both entities, UAW-GM or Ford, Chrysler, or whoever it is, or even if it's a part where we have part suppliers, and it's a reflection upon your organization. And there's days, just like anything, you may not see eye to eye, but at the end of the week or the end of the day, it's about that product and making sure it's going out, people are safe, and by that, then our locals and our employer partners, we can become do things in the community. And when money comes in, from there, it always makes money to do things for those in need in the community, and just hopefully make a better place to live.
Yeah, and Anderson is a perfect location for, with our rich heritage with the UAW and with General Motors here. It's just a true, it's just kind of like a marriage, that we've all come together and we're able to showcase it at Anderson Speedway. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't Anderson have one of the highest concentrations of retired UAW members?
Yeah, and actually East Central Indiana, Anderson, Muncie, the whole area through there is a huge group of GM retirees that still live around there. And I noticed the last few years, as we've had the UAW-GM Buy American truck in Anderson and around, and especially at the little 500, and then being involved is people that came through the gate where we've showcased the Chevy Silverado truck as a pace truck last year, and hey, my grandpa worked there, or my dad, my uncle, or that's cool, where was that made at? And so I've seen a lot of pride with it. There's always a little angst. The plant's closed back, but we're looking to move forward on the partnership. So.
Hey, Danny, you mentioned earlier about some of the charities that UAW-GM is involved in. Can you tell our audience what some of those are? Yeah,
well, the first biggest one, of course, is the March of Dimes. The March of Dimes is big to the UAW, and UAW is a national partner, same as GM is a national partner with the March of Dimes. So, and then probably from there, other charities go to making strides against breast cancer is another big charity. So, and then a lot of it is left up to local individuals, communities where GM operates plants. And I don't have a dollar number for you, but they generate a lot of money, a lot of support, or for Red Cross, things like that. Just people in need. If there's tornadoes or things like that, it's just that's part of our heritage. Is not a handout, but a hand up to help somebody need something, or to help somebody along the way.
And I know these two charities he mentioned, March of Dimes and the breast cancer awareness, Anderson Speedway has been a big part of both of those.
Yeah, and we're very proud that we can do our part.
Yes.
And, we always strive to improve on the Payless Low 500 presented by UAW-GM. And last year we really took a big step up, and this year it's even stepping up even more with the partnership with our great friends at Kroger. I mean, Kevin Kontansky and the whole Kroger organization could not be more cooperative and helpful and appreciative and excited about that race. And now to have you folks on board and everybody just kind of gelled together and for a common purpose, and that race has just become phenomenally huge, and we're looking forward to that partnership continuing for several years.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you we're doing this, and this, but we're in the planning phase. It's just time creeps on, and so we're looking to do some other events that will continue to lay the foundation for future races to make this race even bigger than it is. And to do things that will draw families out, and just to have it become a destination here, in Anderson, Indiana, before the big 500. But what do you say? Stay tuned and keep listening. I wish I could say, but there's a lot of fun things. And last year, if you look at the Midway, we put it together with Kroger, and I can't say enough about Kroger, Payless, and that group. They really welcomed us in, and their work for their charities too is to be commended a lot. And actually, everybody in that area, the work they do for charities, and that's what's unique about here. It's about people. It's about everything our values are, and at the end of the day too is taking that moment of time to remember our veterans and their families and those who served, and it's just the Midway last year, it was packed. Sam Pierce Chevrolet gave us a brand new truck to drive to turn into a pace truck, and we wish we could have sold it or raffled it off, but we couldn't. But the truck was in the UAW-GM plant in Fort Wayne for 3 or 4 days. It was in the Marion plant. It was in Indianapolis, and it was well saw. It's been everywhere on social media. So we're in the works of obtaining another vehicle or vehicles right now. So I don't know which one, but it'll be a UAW-GM made product. So.
And I know you had a conference call today with Amy and then Tracy with the March of Dimes about a huge event that we're planning on Friday night before the race, and it's going to be spectacular. And again, stay tuned, and we'll have details on that shortly.
Yes, we are. I wish we could announce something, but stay tuned. We're working on it. So. It's
Danny,
become a good event. So.
Danny, I appreciate you taking the time with us this evening, and I know we're going to be talking more as the month of May approaches. You have a great evening, and stay warm down there.
I will. Thank you. Have a good night. Goodbye, guys.
Thanks, Danny.
Bye-bye.
Danny Ernstes with the UAW-GM. Great guy and phenomenal. It's just the whole thing is just neat.
Little 500 just like everybody else is.
We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk.
Heart attack, stroke, serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional. The spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Region to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings, or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
You won't believe these deals? They're too good to be true. You cannot miss this special. We're going to give you so much off, you won't believe it. Actual mileage may vary. Price does not include tax, title, and license. Some assembly required. Batteries not included. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Keep in a cooler place. It is highly unlikely that any sentiments expressed above in any way coincide with those of it.
Wait, what'd they just say? At Auto Farm McCrocklin Ford in Middletown, we're not here to give you fast-talking deals. We take the time to make sure you understand what you're buying to make sure it meets your budget. If you're at Auto Farm McCrocklin Ford in Middletown, you're at the right place.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
You're Forder. Cold as ice.
Is it?
Apropos.
We're back. Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong, Jim Mojette. Hello, Aunt Jenny.
Hello,
Thanks for
Aunt
tuning
Jenny.
in. Hope you're nice and warm over in
Yes.
Muncie.
We'll come over and see you here real soon.
Racing coming up. I was wrong last week. The Chili Bowl is actually this weekend.
You was wrong. You wrong?
They were doing the warm-ups last week, so technically I wasn't wrong. But this weekend is the actual race.
He always finds a way out of it, doesn't he?
Do you not know who Sheldon Cooper is?
Yes.
Okay.
I know he's your hero. I know. Oh, gosh, we're living it.
I advise him. The next race up will be the Speed Fest at Watermelon Capital Speedway. 200 laps with the Arcus CRA Super Series and 125-lap JEGS race, All-Star Tours. So that'll be pretty cool.
It's a who's who of drivers down there,
It
too.
is. There's going to be a lot of them. I think they said Chase Elliott might be there. He's not sure. They're not doing anything else. They can't practice with NASCAR.
He wasn't able to announce it Friday night, but RJ said that when he was talking about that race, that there is other big stars that are planning on coming to that, but he couldn't name them at that moment. So
Beside him?
I'm not going there.
RJ's a star.
We're talking about race drivers. Well, he used to race too.
I'm not being mean when I say that.
Okay, but you know that you'll get a call here pretty soon.
No. RJ's a good guy.
He is. We like RJ.
I'm sitting here looking at their website. If you can't make the trip to Georgia, you can watch it on pay-per-view. Looks like it's $27.99. You can watch I'm going to assume the whole weekend for that price. You'll be able to watch the races live from Watermelon Capital Speedway. If you get a chance, go down there.
It's a neat track.
It's a neat track, and it's a blast. So, real quick, we haven't had a whole lot of time to talk. We're about out of time, but what's going on in the Great Deals Savings Magazine?
We're just selling away. Aren't we, Gary?
We are. We are. We got a big meeting in the morning.
Lots of values in the magazines.
Oh, more than you can imagine. Just
I'm
value
I'm
after
trying to
value.
talk about your product here.
I know.
You want to tell the folks, how many
20 plus years? 21 years.
21 years.
and how many magazines that you
Oh, a bunch.
mail.
34. that what you're talking about?
Close,
Never mind. I
close
tried
to
to
a
help
million
to our
homes.
millions of listeners. And
I said a bunch. 34 is a bunch.
Jim.
So at Anderson Speedway, our next event is March the 12th.
2 months.
Yeah, we'll remind you of that. You don't have to write that down right now. That's 2 months from today.
Yes, absolutely. And
We
I
will
haven't
be
counted
on the
down the days. You know how I do. I'll start counting the
I'm
days.
hoping
now.
this winter keeps up. Next week, I'm going to have a special guest that's going to call in, but also I want to talk a little bit about what goes through your mind while you're on the flag stand, what actually it takes to flag a race. It's not just standing up there and waving flags.
No.
I mean, it takes a special talent. You got to be watching the track and doing a lot of things. We're going to get your perspective on that. And then we're going to talk to some of our some of our track crew guys and get some of their perspectives on what they do during a race. And it's not just as easy as you think.
I don't think anybody realizes how hard it is to run a racetrack, and then all of the different facets of the racetrack, from the track crew to the flagman to the
race
people that
director,
work in the pits.
Scoring.
They don't understand it. It until you live it, you really don't understand it.
You know, I know sitting in the stands for many years and then now being a part of it, watching the track crew and stuff, you sometimes wonder, why are they doing it this way or why aren't they doing it that way? You know, it depends on the spill, depends on what we have out there. And first of all, you know, safety. We want to protect our guys just as well as we want to protect our race car drivers too. So we look out for their best interest. They know not to get out on that track until that pace car's got that field, and then we know that we can get out there and get the job taken care of. But our guys do a phenomenal job. They're very dedicated to what they do out there. Some nights we're off on our game. It happens, but you know what? They do a great job for us week in and week out.
They do. For all of our competitors out there, the rules are now up, so they're all there. If you got any questions, we'll get you hooked up with Jeff Chu, and he can hook you up. Talking to a lot of folks that are putting together race cars for next year. Don't forget, if you're looking for parts, or Jack Neal and the good folks over at Motion Motors has got everything you need for every division that we run at Anderson Speedway. They can get it for you.
And Jack will do it right
over
for you.
at Sulphur Springs, and Jack will do it. And it comes with, a lot of times Jack is not shy. If you ask him, he's going to give you his opinion on how maybe you should configure your motor or engine or car or whatever. He's been there and done it and knows, and has been very successful at. Him and Scott and Tim, all three of them have been and you can't believe the tremendous asset that Jack Neal is, not only to just Anderson Speedway, but racing in general.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just phenomenal. Wish I could get him on the show, but he's like Kenny Wright.
He won't talk on
it. If I could ever get Kenny Wright on here, we're going to have a blast.
Yeah, but the thing is, we'll have to have that 7-second delay.
Don't forget, at the Speedway, stop by and see us. You can just come down the pit road and up to the office. Just go hook you up with your advanced ticket packages. They're still showing the ugly sweaters, but I don't know if you can still get them or not.
May not have any left.
Jessica's been real busy with the little 500 ticket orders, so the website hasn't been updated
yet.
But it will be. We appreciate you spending the time with us this evening. I hope wherever you are, you stay warm. And we look forward to being here same time, same stations next week. For Gary Mong and Jim Mojed, I'm Rick Dawson. Have a great night, and we'll see you at the track.
Tune in next Tuesday night for another edition of Anderson Speedway's Track Talk on News Talk 1240 WHBU and the new 103.7 FM, and on Muncie's Sports Station 102.9 FM and 1340 AM. And for more information on Anderson Speedway, go to andersonspeedway.com.